Ringo, no.
Apparently. No, Ringo, he's not even here.
Is that a monkey? He's got a gun!
No, I was going to say that if it wasn't part of it.
Blam, blam. Oh, it's so sad. It's like killing a puppy. He didn't know any better. He's just a little man. Like... Those are incredible candidate selections. Where do we leave off? If I recall correctly, you were in a helicopter.
Yes.
We were in a helicopter.
Getting flown by someone, because I don't take notes for these small games.
You should.
I think his last name.
Yeah, we hired a dude, and he was unhappy because we hired him to go at night.
Or are they petting
And I'm
Shinji?
like, I'm rich.
They're petting a person. All right.
You're rich enough to have bodyguards.
Like, I don't know if you're rich per se, but you do have bodyguards, Mr. Noct. Mr.
Well, I mean, I do. I just say they're my bodyguards.
Yes, that's what I said.
He's the one who microwaves, yes, and he blows the whole room with it. All right. God, then get out of here. God, fucking Shinji. Oh.
This is us driving to the...
Oh my god. Ease up on the memes when I'm trying to get started. I'll never take off. What the... Oh god. Fucking cow! Oh, what a casual drift. Alright. Enough of this. You have your
It
shit.
drifts in the manner of Tokyo.
Yes.
And yes, I would open.
The two of you are flying over to the luxurious place I think called Golden. Let me pull it up. Because I have everything open but the maps for this. Out in the north of Canada. Heading over to the lovely, picturesque... What the heck is this? There's a resort out here? The Rider's Snowmobile. Wait a minute. Oh, wow. There's a ski lodge nearby. Huh. Eagle's Eye.
Oh
Oh,
no,
man,
if we go there, we get attacked.
Get out of here. How did I not notice this on my first time looking at this place? The Google Maps is like very detailed and shows you like all the individual routes.
I don't know, sir. I don't know what you don't know.
Thanks. Looks like a little lake out here. Oh, that's adorable. I wonder how they got that information taken care of, because... Did someone just look at every inch of the map? Ugh. As you fly ever closer to Golden, the town lies in the distance. I think you left it early evening, so there's not a lot really obstructing your view / ability to perceive the city, and most lighting fixtures are still on, as in people are home. The guy you're with is naturally trying to give his usual tour guide spiel, pointing out some of the local destinations such as the nearby golf club, the lovely river, the cedar campground, the chalets, the launch site for people who want to go with a glider, Beaverhead Peak. He's just kind of gesturing every which direction, giving you the guided tour. Cause are you being talkative? Because if you're not starting a conversation with him, he's gonna go tour guide on you, all the way there.
Oh, I'm probably gonna keep talking to him. You know,
Great.
it's kind of my thing.
As you're getting closer, he informs you that, well, he basically goes silent to you as he switches over to his little microphone headset and begins communications with the local air, with the ground, what's it called again? Ground tower, air ground control, whatever they're called. I forgot. I should know this. Ugh. Golden is one of those typically organized cities. There's a whole, like, there's a center core that's, like, grid-based, where all the people live out for the most part. And then there's the more free form outside. You can see the McDonald's sign, Subway sign. There's, like, a whole bunch of just franchises out here. In addition, you will almost certainly see a massive compound, like half the size of this entire block section, that is just, like, logs with these massive you know those big bright white spotlights they have on compounds? Those, just illuminating rows of logs. You can see it all the way from here. An interesting detail that the two of you will definitely pick up is that there is a massive, well, of course there would be. If they have logging, then surely they have a large section dedicated entirely to trains. They have a huge train station, like at least half a dozen rails. And of course, the yonder little helicopter space. I'm sorry to report, however, that your helicopter landing site does not have a big fat H on it, but it is by the water.
I'm sad. I wanted the H.
I guess we're turning this thing around until they build the H, right?
Yep. They build the H or I don't land.
Also, I imagine that these helicopters have like space for. No, they probably have space for 4 people, at least, because that's how most guided tours tend to go.
It depends on the size of the helicopter.
This is like probably comfy enough.
If
As
it's
you-
just the one pilot that's probably has 5 seats.
The one thing you notice, by the way, about the large train station, besides the fact that they're loading a whole bunch of stuff, is that there is one train that is not an electric or diesel train, but is like obviously a giant steam engine, which even has like several very fancy spotlights aimed at it. So you see this little tiny metal tube all the way on the ground. The helicopter keeps spinning for a while until eventually you're allowed to leave in the middle of the dark. Your pilot complains almost immediately that it's so late that he'll probably have to stay here for the night, but that's on the corporate account. He politely informs you that if you want to get a train, the station's down the road. If you want to get a car, well, they have rentals here, and they have a boat launch in case you want to rent a boat. Whatever you need, you can find here for transport. He's not too familiar with the town itself in terms of like accommodations, so you'll have to find someone else for that.
That's fine.
He wishes you the best, since well, it's too late for him to go out flying too much more.
That's fair enough.
And if you do want
That
to,
is fine.
and if you want to make a return trip, there's like multiple helicopter businesses out here.
Sounds.
All
Yeah,
right,
I had to go and open my dice roller.
you're in picturesque, concrete slab on the ground because you're at an airport. What do you want? It's cleared out.
Well, our
There's
main
one
goal
runway.
is to get to a town.
Then proceed to our destination.
Holy shit!
You
Now
have
that
a
I
more accurate address than just vague idea.
so wait, where are you going?
We're going to the
Well-
town,
At least in the direction of it.
and from the town we're going to head to our destination. We need to deliver an item to a specific address.
Okay, so you're going to cross the
you're trying
railway.
to
You're just going to go
get
straight through the trees. After
I mean-
crossing the runway, I imagine.
Well, there's probably a way for passersby
I'm being
that
facetious.
doesn't like hate cutting through the forest, but you know,
Is there any particular place you would like to go in town? Like, just quickly ask directions and get your way going?
yeah, probably. I mean, they would probably have some sort of hotel or whatever hostel. You can always go to the reception and ask them.
I mean, you were told about the chalets, but that's a bit out of the way. I could probably take care of some quick accommodations. No problems there.
Yes, if we do have to stay here for more than just one night, then that's probably it.
It's almost certainly the case unless you plan to take your own transport.
Fair enough. Well, I'm not in the mood for stealing shit, so.
All right. I'm not going to bug you about getting accommodations. There's almost
We
certainly
can handle that.
there's almost certainly someplace out here you can just get a quick room or a quick chalet to take care of that. What do you
Something
want to
that
do
actu-
from like a getting this done with?
Wait, hold
angle?
on. I just realized something. Netherlands doesn't really like curtains and stuff, so vampires would probably have a hard time living in Netherlands.
Wait, what do vampires what?
Netherlands
Crossing
do not have
rivers.
curtains.
That's not really a thing.
It's not really a thing.
Unless you
It's
believe
just
in
a
it
joke.
yourself. There's not a lot of like unless you believe in it, the vast majority of like superstitions aren't true except for the ones that will almost certainly immediately kill you, like getting shot with silver bullets or set on fire, etc.
Hmm. Oh, I didn't think I was a superstitious person, but yes, getting shot and lit on fire is something I'm superstitious against. Like, yeah, that would be a bad thing, probably.
I've had bad vibes getting shot before.
Yes, exactly.
Bleeding out on the floor going, gosh,
Well, to be
if only
fair,
I brought my lucky charm.
The neighbor's kid shot me with an air rifle at some point, so yeah.
Ugh. Gross. All right.
Yes.
Well, you're still standing out on the good old runway.
Yes.
So I'll ask again, from the optics of getting your job taken care of.
I mean, we're not exactly the people who would be spooked by just walking through a dark forest bit. So yeah, sure, we can cross the runway and just go through the forest. The only concern is ruining the clothing.
Yeah, I was gonna say my clothes. They're designer.
Yes. So
What am
let's
I
just
gonna
go on the
say? I
road.
went on a nature hike.
Let's just go on the sidewalk.
So are you going through the woods or not? Because you're
No,
okay. You
it
take
was
a
more just rationalizing.
you take a road going down south, which seems to me the most obvious way to get around this runway.
Yes.
This takes you past a bunch of things, water, refinery, or whatever it is, big pools of water in the middle of nowhere. It's really dark because this is a back road that's really not meant for day-to-day travel. Because it's the airport, the train station, and the water refinery. People will come out who have cars or are here during the day.
That's true. But we couldn't bring our own car.
Eventually, you
Hotel.
find a place where you can cross over the train station and reach the road on the other side and get into the town proper.
Yes.
Now, as you would imagine, crossing through this place means you're probably going to see bums and hobos, people who are on those rail trains going around the country. You know, those kinds of folk.
Mhm.
Who will almost certainly get your attention and try to flag you down for some reason or another. How do you respond to this gesture, this beckoning towards you? Because you don't look like cops, so odds are they got no reason not to flag you down.
Well, you may as well go. We don't want to attract too much suspicion.
All right.
Yeah, you never know in case these people are actually FBI about to report you to the police. You know, that what train travelers are known for.
They don't necessarily need to report us to the police. They are, well, for the lack of a better word, the police.
These
Sir,
are
we
literally
are
criminals.
well, you said, what if they're the FBI or whatever?
Mm. You head on over to a particular gang that took care of this. There are several cargo carriages, some of which have been opened. There is no one here that's wearing a high-vis vest, which is pretty much mandatory on these particular train stations because, you know, trains. Don't want to get hit by one of those at night. They have with them, of course, well, they don't have a barrel that's on fire, but they do have like this sort of light source that they planted in there that they put a little electric fan next to so that it blows into these paper strips. But it's like a large LED bulb.
That's
That's like
funny. It's like, hey, we got the aesthetics of a fucking
we have
bonfire.
eco-friendly fires.
I mean, that's Canada, I guess.
We're, we're forward-thinking bums.
When they don't bully the indigenous people, that's what they do. Creative.
I'm sorry. You know, when we're not killing the Eskimos, this is what we do.
Yes. Oh, actually, you're not supposed to say that because it's supposed to
The
be Inuit.
Canadians would, wouldn't they?
I mean, yeah.
The point is, these interesting individuals of all walks of life are having a nice sit out.
Yes.
Can't help but notice that the lot you ain't exact. Well, he looks you over again. Noct, you dress formally, right? Or how do you dress?
I do dress formally, and my goods are just inconspicuous in a sense. Just
Also,
I'm aware.
Como. Inuit and Eskimo are different.
Oh, I
I
never
know
knew.
that.
Uh,
I know
Inuit
that
is a
Eskimo is
specific group.
okay. Well, I've just heard that the Eskimo
Native
specifically is like a
Canadians.
swear word.
Yeah, Eskimo is used by actually still some groups up there as sort of a blanket term for
Same way Indian is.
Huh.
But
yeah,
lesser.
by anyone up in the Arctic areas.
Apparently, the Indians actually like using the term Indian because it's a better blanket term than, you know.
First
Probably.
Peoples or
Yeah, they apparently don't like that, which I think is funny. I think it's very funny that one of the reasons they don't like the term Native American is because it's another thing that the white man's pushing onto us.
I think it's
Oh.
yeah,
funny
they like
that
to go by American Indians.
That's a hell of a lot better than Native. Because, you know, Native has some connotations to it. American Indian also
Because
sounds.
they can't just
American
they
Indian.
can't just go by Indian because there's those other ones.
American Indian also does capture the. Whatever. Let's move on. The point is, you're here with some fine fellows of all walks of life. They are definitely not in the upper brackets of society, judging by the smell, the rather simplistic food, the high presence of plastic packaging of cheap and easy to make meals.
To be
Now that
fair,
you're
we're not
closer, he
exactly
seems to be
picky
aware of
either.
the fact that you're almost certainly not of their echelon of society, since one of you is a pretty wealthy individual, and you're flanked by two very scary looking shadows, Mr. Noct.
Yes.
I mean, it's literally any room you enter, as long as your retainers are there, they're flanking you like they're your shoulder pads.
That's the point.
I made him make a deal. I got my own pen, and he pulls out a glitter pen.
That would be
Oh my
funny.
god. I
Why
trust him
not?
now.
He does it because if people start to laugh, he knows he's dealing with the wrong kind of customer.
Yes.
Well, I'll be honest, ooh, I wasn't expect. Well, I got to say you're out when the Mounties are.
Hey, hold on. What?
He's basically saying,
Mounties.
yeah, the cops. Like, why are you? You look way too fancy dressed to be out in a train station crossing the rails when it's like after hours.
Oh,
You
we
got
just used
stunned
the
too, eh?
helicopter to get. We're just scouting locations for the concert, so we used the helicopter. Unfortunately, we forgot to book the car. I guess
Oof.
that would be the answer.
Well, maybe if you're looking for a
That'd be a
place,
logical answer.
you can talk to that guy over there. He points in the direction where you saw that big steam engine.
Hmm.
I heard he's trying to organize something too, so maybe he knows a place or two. If not, I do know a few of the local drinking places. If you need a small venue,
A taxi would be fine. Excuse me.
a taxi would be fine. What?
To get to the hotel.
Oh.
Or am I just talking on my ass here?
No, he was offering, like, I know some places that if you just need a small venue, like a small place to perform, because you were talking about
Oh,
stages.
I'm gonna take out my phone, which I'm assuming I actually have a phone with like a note function on it.
You have a phone,
'Cause I'm-
whatever the hell you want on it.
Yep. So I'm gonna like open up the notepad. And I'm gonna be like, okay, can you give me the names? I'll check them out.
Mm, well, I think that is 1122. Yeah, yeah, that's a lovely place to be at.
Okay.
That is. Well, hey, Bendy, what was that place called again? Ah, yeah. Red tomato pies. Sorry, I never tried a Canadian accent. Never come up before. Whenever will it again? I have to say A all the time just to reset myself before I drift off into the others that I have.
I don't know. You kind of gravitate towards Scottish accents all the time.
This is. I will refer you to a few locations, including, and I can't believe that this is actually true as I'm whisking around the Google Maps. There's a place called Maple Drive, and it does have a large open field that is perfect for a concert.
Funny.
Although, to be fair, apparently all this. I love it when there's like themes to the road names. Oh, this Poplar Street and Birch Crescent, which is actually crescent-ish shaped. He points you in a few directions, although he warns you off from a few particular establishments because they're a little. He describes them with the kind of terminology, like he's trying to downplay who hangs out there. One being the Wolf's Den, and another being the Bluebird Cafe. Oof, don't go there. That's where kind of people hang out, The. Oh. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Uh, just what's the quickest way to get to town?
He points in the direction of town, the street, and you're there.
Perfect.
All right.
Depending on where in town you need to be, of course.
Oh, just somewhere to spend the night.
He did point us towards some venues.
Well, if you want a cheap one, you can just sleep here. These trains ain't going anywhere anytime soon.
We have business to handle, so it'd probably be best to stay in town.
Excellent.
Besides, my boss would probably cover it.
Well, don't let me keep you. We all got
Oh,
places to be.
Yep, and you've
I'd have
been
head out
very helpful.
He raises his, I don't know any brands, but he raises like a cheap beer at you.
What is a cheap Canadian beer?
Consider that your homework. Anyway, you can take off wherever you
Sleep
want.
something.
They are tolerant of your presence for now.
Cool. That is the name. Cool beer.
Excellent. The man has raised a cool beer in your name.
It's sadly lukewarm.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's continue on. I don't want to be out here when the sun comes up.
The sun isn't. It's like still evening, man. It's not even midnight.
How long would it have taken us to get here by the helicopter?
Like a few hours, maybe at most. And you were there. You got out like early in the afternoon. So like,
Right. Makes sense.
how far would? Let me just use the measure distance tool for a quick like, because you're taking a helicopter and that's pretty fast. Yeah, this would have taken a few hours. It's not midnight though. It's you.
Okay.
It's like 11 to 10.
Makes sense.
Well, time to hop some fences as you go along.
I suppose so.
It's a cold night, not that you'd notice, as vampires, as the blood has drained from your body, and the life, technically. So too has his degree of sense drained from you. Depending on how long you've been vampires, these cold, clammy nights are just part of daily life.
Yes.
You hit up the street, and in the process of doing so, make your way over. You walk past an elementary school, shops over on the sides. The neighborhood is quiet, and there's a, well, of course, it's like late in the afternoon, and most of these are either working man or decent housing, so the vast majority of people are fast asleep. What the hell is this? Gordon Ramsay X cast fresh beer, fresh. Ramsay, what the fuck?
Yeah, Cass is fucking awful.
No, why is he promoting a beer?
In
Dude,
Korea.
He promotes everything and everyone.
Yeah, he went and did commercials for it.
Oh my god, his face looks like he hates it.
He
he
probably
does.
does. I've had Cass.
He's being paid to like it.
I imagine that he had like a long conversation. Okay, what are the laws on advertisement, and how much of your actual beer do I have to drink?
It tastes like, so people always complain like, oh man, I have a can of beer and there's water in it and it tastes like shit because just like the ghost of beer that's gone. That's Cass. It's the LaCroix of goddamn beer.
God damn it.
It almost remembers what it tasted like once.
Making her way around the streets, however, it's not going to stay silent for long.
Oh.
So what exactly was your destination on this early evening? Don't forget, you're probably meeting the guy that you're supposed to be meeting like at night, because odds are
Yes.
he's also in on the deal. He knows what you are.
He probably is a vampire himself.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, we would need to secure a place so that we don't have to spend any time getting there. Just get the keys and then, in a pinch, we're there. And then head out to the address.
I mean, if you get in a pinch, you literally know at least one person who will probably offer you shelter.
Yes. Now, what I'm saying is we're going to head to town. We're going to get the legitimate place, get the keys to it, like a motel or something. And
All right. All right.
from there,
You find yourself a delightful little place. So if this does drag on longer than expected, you're golden.
Yes.
It's one of those. What would it be? It's probably one of those like very small old townhouses that's been converted. Very cozy, very homey. It'll do for vampires. Though you'll be like unconscious in your bed for most of the day.
I mean, to be fair, that's exactly how my days go in this heat wave. So
now that you've taken care of your basic amenities, what are you going to take care of next? Taking
Well,
caringly.
visiting the guy,
Excellent.
have the address.
Slinking your way
Yeah, I don't
down.
want to keep him waiting.
Slinking your way down the street. The way the river's laid out, The town is like on the river because that's how towns tend to evolve. There's like a little island, and the bridge on is built over this, and someone built a little bar on the island.
Hmm.
There's of course other bridges. This is not the only one, but this is like the main bridge.
Hmm.
On this bridge is a pub or some sort of bar that's open late at night, and it's called nothing short of the Wolf's Den. Outside are some rough and tumble looking fellas hanging out with some less rough and tumble looking fellas. Since you haven't taken care of a car or anything, you are still on foot as you make your way to where you need to be. I mean, it's not very far walking. It's pleasant walking.
It's within the city limits, I assume.
It's sort of within. You're meeting him within city limits, where you need to be, where the blood roots actually. Whatever that was, I hate it. I hate it. Oh, Sa'a! Sala, what the fuck? Okay, Sala just died at
My headset partially unplugged itself.
Thanks. I killed myself.
No, don't do that, Safi.
Well,
Do not destroy yourself.
God dang it, Bingo.
Bingo says hot. Safi says, dang it, Bingo.
As you make your way past the Wolf's Den, a few of these fellas, well, to be specific, two of them, get on their big fat bikes. And you suddenly hear the roar of through the night. The quiet splooshing of the river, the distant rumors of people talking at a place. The shimmer of moonlight replaced by the bright, harsh lights of motorcycles. They drive up, blocking the road, as two individuals, a very lean-looking fella and a rather brutish-looking lady, making their way to you, as you have been not really cornered. You've got many directions you could go. A lot of them are like into the woods on the islands where motorcycles can't really tread, but
Yes.
that's part of the setup, the intimidation tactic, the greaser move.
Now, these are not the people that we're supposed to be meeting.
No.
This is just the locals.
I would have told you that as part of the sentence if that were the case.
Fair enough. Just making sure.
Your lack of trust disturbs me. The fella who walks up to you has, now that he's close, you can see the moonlight glisten off of this slicked back hairdo. You can see the twinkle of light dancing on his studded jacket. You can see the shadows of the tears on his pants.
Oh.
The lady, on the other hand, let's just say that she's very dressed like a mummy. A lot of bandages, and like not afraid to show it off either. Looking rather tall and proud about it.
Sometimes a burn victim is walking in the night. Not exactly very suspicious.
As they get close enough to have a conversation, the two bikes
Yes.
on their sides. One more time.
Oh my god, they literally cannot stop drawing attention to themselves.
The guy with his slicked back haircut
Yes.
pops a cigarette free from his pocket, lights it by snapping his fingers, takes a quick
Ooh.
drag.
Nice.
Out from his nostrils blows. But because he's a vampire, you can tell that it's a very deliberate action. There's a lot
Yes.
of effort put into it. Well. Newcomers in town.
Correct.
Who might I have the luxury of dealing with? more
Should I
importantly-
introduce us or?
What do you work for?
Bella?
Okay,
Bella,
so
you handle this?
I'm trying to think of who we work for.
Well, technically we work for Camarilla, and we've introduced ourselves to, oh gosh, I forgot the name of the lady because it's been like 3 weeks ago. Sorry.
That's what I'm trying to remember. But yeah, we're just out here making a delivery.
You're a little, far from Camarilla Turf to be making a delivery.
Yeah, it's apparently pretty important for us to come all the way out here.
Oh, excuse me. He takes a step closer, and he holds out his hand. That's Jaden.
I'm a shake and be
Too
blind and be
slow.
like,
And he slicks his hair back again.
That's cute. That's cute.
I'm gonna keep my composure, but I'm more dead inside than I was a minute ago.
Oh my god. Imagine if you both did that. Would you have the reaction time to do the same thing to him?
You know, this town's been pretty alive and abuzz of late. I'll be honest, didn't expect to see a couple of stiffs making their way over here, too.
Give his name again, I'm gonna write it
Jaden.
down.
Shut
Yeah.
in. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Just next time he does that, just do it exactly. Mimic him exactly. Just pull the hand away in the same motion.
Listen, you bunch of stiffs. We got enough, trouble that we wouldn't want another bunch to add themselves to the list.
I'm going to ask if it has any relation to the like Wendigos that were mentioned before.
I don't know nothing about no Wendigos. But I do know about a Tremere living upriver. I know about a few nice little ladies vanishing out of nowhere. And I know about a couple of train tracks getting torn up. Now, I got my suspicions it ain't you, but wouldn't put it past the Camarilla to cause that kind of trouble.
Well, it definitely was not us. We're not trying to cause any trouble. We just want to get in, go home, maybe do a small concert. That one with permission, of course, from local authorities.
You really think that's gonna fly? With all those troubles afoot, they won't even allow. They won't let you have a concert anywhere public. They'll see it as a risk, a hazard. And are you sure you want to sully a pretty little reputation? You know, becoming a bit of a suspect, certain investigations.
Well, if I keep most of my actions public, then there's no reason that people will think I'm doing anything.
Tell me what you're delivering, and more importantly, to who.
Do we know what we're delivering?
Yes, we have the
You
name.
don't.
We have
I
the
mean, you
address.
know what it looks like. You don't know what it is.
That's what I was meaning.
Oh well, I believe during the setup for the story, the assumption was that it is some sort of phone or
No,
communication
no,
device.
no. The phone is for you to contact. The inside of it also is like a container of some sort of fluid, and apparently, whatever that is extremely valuable and a
Well,
good bargaining chip.
in that particular case, I think the other thing that was mentioned is to get something from or to the vampire, some sort of local herb of some sort. I'm not entirely sure. I might be confusing this because some details overlap because I was listening to another guy telling me about his VTM company.
All right. So what do you tell them? Do you tell them the full deets?
I mean, do we have a reason to lie to them? We have a reason maybe to omit some stuff. It's like, well, we're delivering materials to an independent vampire because we want to deal with them. Fortunately, they have their base of operation on the vampire turf, on the werewolf turf, I think.
So open
Not
and
quite remember.
honest.
Open and honest, but I'm not going to like go into super detail. It's just this is what you need to know. We're delivering this to that guy. That's it.
Goodness me. He throws down a cigarette and stomps it out. I'll be honest. I've seen a lot of things in my day, but I've never seen a Camarillo who speaks the truth. Is that even something you guys are capable of with your masks and shows?
I
Oh,
mean,
we're more freelance.
I know what you want with that old coot and his crazy little farm. But if you're just here for that weirdo, I ain't gonna get in your way. But if I find out you're lying to me, do know you're far away from anyone who can help you. And that's before we consider the Sabbat hanging out in the woods.
that's true, and I think that might have been intentional on the part of the Camarilla. Again, freelance.
Put it how you like. Well, I won't keep you, but you got a long way to where you need to be.
Long, you said it was within walking distance to the meeting place.
Yeah, the meeting spot, but presumably he's talking about the farm you're going to later,
Right, fair enough.
where the bloodroot is.
Yes.
What, you think you're not going to inspect the goods?
Goods.
You gotta check out the goods.
Cocaine.
You gotta put your finger in the dirt and taste it to make sure it's a good quality.
The amusing part is that recently I've learned that there's also the bads. Like that's an actual term.
Point is, this fine gentleman
Yes.
has decided to let you go. The two motorcycle men that give you a little they give you a nasty leer before they take off. And he and his
Very-
big lady head on back. They have a good little chuckle on the way, too.
That's fair enough.
Well,
Well, again, we've introduced ourselves to the locals.
marvelous. Further down the road you go until you find where you're supposed to be.
Yes.
It's a...
Now,
Yes, what?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I need to step over.
Okay, Mo.
Stomach ache. I'll be back.
Ooh, that means I can have some of my waffles. Ringo got me waffles while he was out. Butter and syrup. Fuck yeah.
God dang it. I'm gonna say it. Give me that fat hot dog.
Actually, Tough Set is doing a special themed commission setup. And a friend of mine is friends with Tough Set and got me one.
Mm-hmm.
And it is Stormwave with a fancy fat hot dog being attacked from behind by Claire.
No, it's baby skates all over again.
Because Stormwave is never allowed to actually eat the hot dog. It has been a thing in like 12 stories I've done.
God damn it. Hippity hoppity, get out my property. Mm, 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 da, 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 da. It's not unusual to be unusual.
Oh, so apparently the takeout box had silverware in it. I went
God
and got a fork for no
Dang
reason.
it, takeout box.
Not sure why it gives me salt and pepper for fucking waffles.
Give me that fat waffle. Come back. Well, I guess I'll go read some not always right stories then. Might as well. Manager at a buffet. No, I want to read the new ones. Or maybe
Oh,
I
this
can
is
go.
proper whipped butter. That's nice.
Maybe I'll just look at some D&D memes. They've been overloaded with like people being like, "No, the rules, the rules."
Well, yeah, because those new rules are weird.
And the critical
Like
rules I
monsters
understand.
apparently can't crit.
Yeah, they get something else. They get recharge. But like, I think the big problem is there's a lot of changes here that a lot of it interconnects with other things in ways that requires clarification. The crit rules I'm perfectly fine with because inspiration is now part of that equation. I think that inspiration shouldn't be part of the equation in that way because making a rule that gives you more good luck if you have good luck is inherently a shit idea.
Yeah, because it's gonna snowball too hard.
However, I think I know why they did it. They did it because they wanted to get rid of criticals because the criticals got too swingy and too annoying, and too many GMs complained that their big bad guys died from crit smites, and too many players got sad because they died from big monster hits. So this was their solution. And they were like, "Oh, let's give them inspiration, I guess." And it's like, no, don't. It's a meta narrative currency. It needs to augment the story, not make it worse. It's like fate points. You get fate points for fucking up. Usually, you get your meta currency for fucking up. You get experience for fucking up in Power by the Apocalypse. You get fate points for having your flaws come into play. You got inspiration in D&D 5e for having your yeah. Also, everyone who complains about the 1 is a failure and 20 is a success needs to shut the fuck up. You're not supposed to roll dice unless that's the case. If you are, and you're like, oh, I'm rolling for severity, then you're not rolling an ability check. You're rolling a severity check. That falls outside of those rules. You dummy.
Well, yeah, if you're rolling a die and a nat 20 is not a success, then there's literally no point in rolling the die.
I will say that this will at the very least get rid of that habit. And if that is a consequence of this, I'll be very happy. Because I'm sick and pissing tired of GMs going, but he rolled a 20 and didn't want to empower. It's like, you could just not have him roll, you dipshit. God damn. Oh. Oh, man. The correct answer is they can do that, but nothing comes of it.
Yeah, you should always be able to ask the question. It just doesn't mean it's going to matter.
Every action should be possible, but the outcome is a whole separate story. Like, do your actions have consequences? When
Like, I
will
think
you
that's the thing
learn?
that I think that's the thing that particularly like new DMs have an issue with is the whole
Yes.
oh man, uh a natural 20 means that anything they do succeeds on a skill check.
Also,
But it
apparently, a
does.
lot of people are sad that tieflings are not universally accepted because some other tieflings did good things.
Well, yeah, now they're all Drizzt dirt and
Racism has been fixed. Watch it
because
get
there were
paid.
a couple good ones.
Same with they have two good drought. I don't listen. I get it right. I think the text should be a little different. I think it should be tieflings should not inherently be feared, but in most settings because of their it's just so dumb.
Well, they're still fiend blooded.
In Eberron, apparently they're not a big deal. I've heard that, so it's like yeah. There's also this weird fixation with the multiverse, but it's not
Well, yeah,
implemented
because
properly.
Marvel.
Because instead of being like, oh, this is how they're perceived in this canon, it's all like, no, in the multiverse. Oh
Well,
God.
I see. I don't like races that are like inherently naturally hated by everybody because that's kind of a cheap writing cop out.
Hello.
Okay. I want before we get back to it, I do want to. Como, by the way, did I tell you yet about the whole like everyone loves tieflings now?
Yes,
Which,
it's
admittedly,
absolutely.
everybody physically loved tieflings
Also,
before.
everyone has 30 feet of movement now, which I know why, but it makes me go, gosh darn it.
If you remember, I was on the stream today.
Oh,
Didn't mention all of that on the stream. But
Sala, dwarves can't be
Hmm?
small, but humans
dwarves can be
can.
small. Humans can be small. Dwarves cannot. Hold
I
on, I
mean,
have.
isn't a small human just a dwarf?
That's the joke.
That's the joke.
Okay, by the way, Groom is
Hold on.
described as an unstoppable warrior and a powerful leader,
I have
instead
to
of the
show you that.
bloodthirsty asshole that he usually is. You
I
know,
think
Orcus, he's a very powerful wizard. Very good guy.
you've actually linked this thing, but here.
Guy didn't lose his eye for being nice. Oh, there you go. Oh, thank you. I love that he got that really sad Ramsey at the end.
Yes, it's like, oh, everybody loves you.
Everybody loves Ramsey, but when he gets sad, it's like, yeah, I can feel that in my heart. All right,
Also, on a
kids.
completely unrelated note, just a quick sidestep. A friend of mine discovered the old Soviet frame by frame of like child fairy tale cartoon things and he's been looking for them because he actually liked the art style. And he's been sending me every single copy of like Scandalous Upskirt for foxes and other animals that he finds.
Also, yeah, I'm still with you, though, Saf. I really don't like the whole throughout the multiverse.
I know what they're going for, and let's just say they're sawing off a lot of that shotgun barrel.
They're dumbasses.
I don't know if they can
They're
shoot
they're,
clay pigeons like this though.
they're
What
complete
if we just
goddamn
make
idiots.
it so that every setting ever has to conform to the new idea? I'm
This
sorry.
means I can
You
now
want to make your
play.
own idea of tieflings being basically the fucking X-Men?
Oh my god.
Too bad. The entire multiverse loves tieflings. Every one
I
of them.
I can now be a murderer, a nasty person, a completely evil motherfucker tiefling. Everybody will have to respect me.
Anyway, we're
Yeah.
not here for tieflings. Although
I mean,
demons do exist in the setting.
I can imagine. I can imagine Xyla's character looks it up on their phone, and we talk about this as we walk.
You head on over to a delightful place that is a bakery and deli. The lights are on, but only over a single table. The second you stand in front of the door, and the guy who sits down, who, okay, listen, you know, like down on their luck, like salesmen, they have a suit, but it's a little scuffed. The shoes ain't exactly quite there yet.
Mhm.
Although to be fair, this guy apparently works on a farm, so it's kind of logical that he would be a little dirtied up. But he walks on out almost the second he sees you, and he holds his arms wide. Hey, ha, ha, hey, and he tries to give both of you like the firmest hugs.
I mean, is this something that is acceptable?
That's up to you.
I mean, it's fine. Like I said, I'm a stiff board.
Liz, how do you respond to this man who is loud, boisterous, jubilant, and tries to physically embrace you?
I'm going
Maybe
to
don't.
deftly reduce the embrace into a much more manageable amount of contact.
Sounds
I
your
mean, he
closer,
does. There's a very earthly smell to him. He immediately tries to give you the firmest handshakes he can muster, almost as if you're the first person he's talked to in a bajillion years.
Strange. Would we recognize them as any particular type of undead?
Uh,
Would Noct, because Noct is dealing with that sort of stuff.
he does have a vampiric smell, but he doesn't have the fangs.
Could it be the ghoul, or what was the name again?
A ghoul is indeed you feed people blood.
This is like a human servant.
Yes.
Would it be something like my zombies, or no, because he said vampiric.
No,
Okay,
your
fair enough.
zombies are a very different slice of pie.
Right, makes sense.
I would like to welcome you to the lovely town of Golden. And he holds his arms wide, and it's like late at night, so it's not as impressive as it should be.
That's fine. I mean, we can generally kind of see in the dark, don't we?
No,
Don't we?
you get
Oh,
nothing
fair
special.
enough. Okay, fair enough. Makes sense.
I would. Oh, it's so nice to see some people with class who wear suits and ties.
Mm.
We are. I know it's your hour, yes. And he points at his canines, which again are not that long. It is the hour of your people, yeah.
Correct. Wouldn't it be other of your people as well? Oh wait, hold on. Ghouls can go in the sunlight, right?
Ghouls can go in the sunlight, yes. They're still just people with some perks.
Right, makes sense.
You can call me Leonardo. I am the representative of my fine employer, and I am here to facilitate the sale.
Uh-huh.
But first, I need to take you to where the sale is going to happen.
Correct.
Mind if I say,
Okay.
you have some lovely fine fellows with you. Very tall.
Who's he talking about? About the
Your
goons?
retainers.
Probably your dudes.
Oh well, yeah. Well, I mean, would I have picked them for their tallness?
It took months to find the right height.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that would be silly.
Okay, I don't know his name because I'm familiar with the Dutch version of Tintin, and in the Dutch version of Tintin, they all have different names for the most part. Actually, no, he's still called Captain
Which
Haddock.
character? Yeah, Haddock.
Tintin.
I just watched that movie. Did you know the CGI
Oh, that
movie of
guy!
Tintin is really fucking good?
Yeah, I know that. I know this guy. Wait, does the Tintin wiki keep? No, no, it doesn't have language translations. That's so sad.
Play Despacito.
I actually own one English Tintin comic, Black Gold.
Have you seen the movie?
No, I wish I'd.
It's real.
Yeah.
Am I here?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it's really good.
Well, I don't watch movies very often because I got no one to watch it with, and I don't watch TV all that much. So.
I'll watch the Tintin movie with you.
Well, cool. We'll put it on the stack somewhere. Random kids want you to give him something.
Oh yeah, I loved that scene in the movie. It was so silly.
Looks nothing like me.
Yes, exactly.
It's pretty close. Such a weird animation style.
Yeah, it's like this fake realistic thing, but also stylized. It's kind of like Team Fortress 2, almost.
All right.
And they straight up shoot a guy with like 5 million bullets.
I have to say, though, I was a little nervous that you would be absent from the proceedings, given the roads and the trains and everything else that's been going on around here.
Could you elaborate?
Well, surely you've heard all the news. And you, what are you called again? Cambrilla. Your
Don't
type is
believe
very
you.
informed, no?
I don't believe we have been informed in this particular on the most recent events. There's some trouble. I'm gonna basically list what we know about it.
Yeah.
We know that there's some trouble. We've known. Again, I'm saying Wendigos. Were we talking about Wendigos 3 weeks ago or not? Or were we talking about something else?
We mentioned them.
Yeah, because we got told that there's some trouble with them and they're kind of disrupting the infrastructure essentially.
Yeah, they're just a few troublemakers. Yeah, it won't be for long. I mean, if I wouldn't mind if you were to help, but it's not right. No, that's. And he starts stumbling over to this delightful little. It's a pickup truck, but it's not like an American model. It's like a reasonably sized pickup truck. It's
Okay.
not the size of a trailer or a house. It's just like a truck.
Oh, it's not Ringo's mom's fucking car with its like 20-foot bed.
This is a sensible truck that isn't expensive and doesn't have like a bajillion extras you don't need.
And you never know when you're going to be transporting an orca you've stolen from the water world.
I don't know a lot about trucks, but imagine it's like the Kalashnikov of trucks. It's one of those models that just lasts forever for no good reason.
So the one that Hank Hill was driving for 20 years.
Exactly.
Okay.
He beckons you to come on over and have a seat. Okay, that one's adorable.
They are all over like this in China.
Holy shit, that's the best.
It's the F-50.
Nice.
Speaking of cars, I was showing where I live to a buddy from the States, and I looked at his at the street. He saw some cars and walked around on the Google Maps and said, "Where are all the two-doors ones?" And it's only sedans with 4 doors. And we spent about 20 minutes just walking the streets of the city until we found one car and it had foreign numbers.
Anyway.
Yes.
He beckons you to go and sit inside of his reasonably proportioned vehicle.
Mhm.
Who's going to sit in the front with him, or are you all sitting in the
I
back?
take shotgun.
Go ahead. I feel more symmetrical if I sit at the back with 2
You
people
hear
on
the
each side.
creak and groan of the vehicle suspension as 3 people climb in the back.
Yes.
It's awfully cozy in the back with your 2 fine gentlemen. The car hums to life, and you can hear... What?
I just realized I call them bookends.
What?
You
Call
have
them
bookends. The
You know
bookend
what
boys.
bookends are?
All right. Gotcha. All right. Broom, broom. The car takes you onto ever-growing roads, but very quickly you skip back off of them into the woods. While this is going on, he's trying to hit up a conversation with Liz. And you get the very strong suspicion that this man just never shuts up.
Which is probably why he's a vampire now, or at least half a vampire.
So here in Canada, the seat next to the driver, do you guys call it shotgun? Because I know you guys don't have a lot of guns up here. I'm from America.
I mean, yeah, and he like nudges under the dashboard, and you hear like a clink clink. I can't really drive it. I think I'm going to drive around with my job without some protection.
Surprisingly enough, Canada has some, I think, more lax in some ways gun laws, but also much stricter ones than others. Just silly.
All right, Liz, are you going to keep him preoccupied, or are you allowing him to turn on the radio and start singing along with it?
Oh no, we're gonna be talking. I'm a talker.
What topics do you try to address, or do you let him set the tone?
I probably just follow along because I want to see what he's all about. Try to read the room.
He seems to talk extensively about how much he enjoys, the local area. Like, oh, it's such a lovely place, and all the things that are going on, and oh, they're gonna do a new thing with the Flying Scotsman, starting here, or supposedly was supposed to start somewhere else, but like something went wrong, and now the railroads are all like clawed up to pieces. Although apparently they're planning to fix it so that soon the Flying Scotsman can take off once more, which is fine for you because, well, it may or may not be that your first that he starts to kind of slip into like part of why you're here is because well it's and then there's this loud crash in front of you. You would notice
Uh-oh.
first because it would definitely be knocked sitting in the back, exposed to the elements. Who would notice at first that an entire 2 trees from both sides swing downwards and crash onto the road. The
I'm gonna,
vehicle only just manages to stop.
right.
The lights shine through the branches to the front, providing only limited lighting. The moonlight provides a gully of shimmering. You can't tell what's in the woods, but your
Yep.
protection almost certainly stands at attention.
Yeah. Now, see, if I was a normal person, I would probably immediately pull back and just drive as fast as I can in the opposite direction. But yeah, I'm not a normal person.
You hear
You're
a
a man
crack
of smelly zombies.
coming from behind you.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump out with my goons out of the car, and we're gonna try to see what the hell is trying to stop us.
I'm gonna get that gun.
You reach under and find a shotgun. Every one of the shell casings, you can tell just by getting close to it that whatever's in there, you don't like that.
Vampire
Well, that's good
bullshit.
because that means someone else won't either.
Yes.
Basically, they're filled to the brim with probably things like silver, garlic, maybe like shavings of the cross if you could happen to get some. Holy water,
The
almost
true
certainly.
cross.
They make for good they make for good shape for your shotgun shells.
I mean, I feel it's kind of like the situation where you would say it's like, oh, if you stab somebody with a what's it called again? Pike, not pike. The wooden stake. There you go. Through the heart. If they die, they're a vampire. Well, I mean, a normal person will also die.
God dang it.
Shotgun shells would kill normal people too, is what I mean.
Shotgun. I don't want to hear about no shotgun shells.
I assume the guy behind the wheel does not object
To what?
to that.
He seems to be very panicked about the fact that
Zala taking the gun. I mean,
things are going on right now, and he's not in the position to argue much with it.
yes. Well, if he is actually scared, this means he's not in on it.
Como, the man's you're outside. You can't pick up on this, but Liz can definitely tell that he's like freaking out.
No.
I mean, he's
Like,
a ghoul.
stay calm.
He's very vulnerable to getting murdered.
Yes.
Like, stay calm. Stay here. We'll try to handle this.
Unfortunately, this man's disposition to keep talking does not stop just because he's freaking out.
He's gonna bore the Wendigos to death or something.
All right. What do you do, Liz? You have yourself a shotgun. You've pulled it out. The car is starting to die down because,
Yes.
it's nowhere it can go. The lights are still on.
I'm going to pop out. And I'm going to try to get over with the guys who actually can physically fight and get the shotgun ready. And I'm going to try to make sure that it has it. I don't know if shotguns. I don't do guns. I don't know if shotguns have safety. But I get a look.
Salad, your character literally has like 3 points in firearms.
No,
Who
me.
would know?
Oh.
Shotguns
I'm not a
do-
gun person.
Shotguns have safeties. It's usually a little slidey slide right where your thumb would
Considering
be.
that it's mounted under the
Thank
car,
you.
I hope it has a safety.
Look, I don't know. I've been cocked, but I'm gonna slidey, and I'm gonna probably not cock because I think that ejects the first shell.
You can half cock it to see if it's if the shell
Yeah, that's
is
how the mechanism
already
Okay,
works.
yeah, I'm gonna hammer check it to see if it works.
Unfortunately, because it's dark out, you can't really see into the woods or nothing. You take a look around and don't see anything.
Hold on,
Although-
you have a phone. Can you use the flashlight?
Yeah, I'm getting around with the flashlight on my phone.
And you can hold it while holding the gun.
Sure.
It's probably not very good light coverage, but it's something.
It's very awkward. It's not like a flashlight you can...
Yeah, I can't tape it sadly.
Do
A
we see any
voice,
movement?
a voice comes from the woods. Well, well, well. You're not as scared as you should be. So I'm just going to assume that you know what you're up against. Who you with? You with the church? Wait, give me a moment. I need to look up a very specific name. Leopold, that's the one. You with Leopold? Magi? Come
Have we
on.
heard any of the names they have named?
Well, they mentioned Leopold, which is there's a thing called the Society of Leopold, and they hunt monsters, basically.
Hmm.
They mentioned Magi, like you clearly know you're not afraid. So either you are like a bunch of badasses, or you're in on the deal.
In on the deal. Well, I mean, we can say that we probably have our own scores to settle with Leopold and the others.
Oh, that won't change one thing for what we're gonna do.
Which is probably die. Decide to start shit.
I smell a Ventru.
Could you repeat that?
They smell a Ventru.
Hmm.
You know what Ventru means? Camarilla.
I'd like to think. Yes.
You got any last words? Because me and the pups are hungry.
We would very much not like to fight. Is there a way we can do this without discharging my gun?
That's cute.
You suddenly hear the howling of wolves. 3 of them, by the sounds of it. Because they're like in 3 different locations around you.
Hmm.
You don't even know where I am, but I can see you very clearly. What makes you think you got a chance? You brought some dynamite? I heard that's a classic.
Hubris.
You brought hubris?
No, the hubris is why I'm thinking this way. What makes you think? Hubris makes me think.
By the way, what are your retainers armed with as like weapons, if they have any at all?
Now, I
I'm
assume.
assuming you've kept him armed.
Well, that would be obvious. I assume, considering we're posing as like some sort of security detail, that would be some sort of like handguns.
Excellent.
I mean, I could have taken. I could have made former ATF agents my zombies, and they know how to shoot dogs. I wonder if it would work as an intimidation tactic.
You're quite a low generation, too. Tonight's a good night. All right, boys. I don't know if these chitter chatter boxes are going to be much of a fight. But leave some diabolism for me.
Now, Zyla, we've posted the updated version of it, because in the original he says, "You are right-hand console."
Yep. I remember that too.
The hounds howl once more. Is there anything you do while this is going on? Like you're sort of like you're set up during the whole like interrogation phase.
That's true. I assume my goons would unholster their guns, and I'll just prepare to Finish the first motherfucker that jumps on me.
And I've got my thing shouldered and at the ready because I know how to use guns. I don't know how many shells I have.
I'm not entirely
Nice.
sure if the guns that my goons are carrying would be loaded with anti-vampire stuff, but they probably would be.
That makes sense because that'd be our main threat, you know.
Yes. Because with regular humans, we can just kind of get rid
I
of
mean,
them.
your dudes have, I imagine, like sixes in just beating the crap out of people. They don't have to worry about humans.
That's true. Yeah. So
Yeah,
if
so
they do
definitely
have loaded
anti-vamp
guns,
weapons.
Hell, I'm pretty sure you don't have to worry about humans either, because I think you have 6 in strength too, because your potence is so big.
let me open up. Well,
Well, your potence plus your brawl is like 8. You're pretty much an MMA fighter in terms of raw combat potential, if not above.
true. Strength is 3, and let's see,
Brawl,
brawl is 2.
yeah, plus your potence because potence adds to strength, so that's another 3. So yeah, you can grab someone by the throat and just choke slam them into the ground.
I don't want to threaten people with a good time.
God damn it, Como.
What?
All right, I was looking for something. What was that again? All right, you know what? We're not gonna bother with initiative specifics. We're gonna keep it nice and smooth.
Let's do some rolls. Gonna be all 1d10s.
Yep, every single roll is gonna.
Oh shit! I need to open up the roller thing.
I had to remember that when we started.
Get your dice ready, buckos, because there's about to be a fight.
Yep, I got it up.
I really should get some scratch paper I can just use during this. Make it a lot easier to track hit points. To what extent that's necessary, because hit points here are weird.
Hey.
All right. All right. I hold up my hands. All right. You guys get to make the first move, whatever that is. This is Call of Cthulhu rules, as in there are no real actions, but basically on your turn you get to do something. Whatever you want to do. Usually it's an attack or something else.
We can't see anything yet.
No.
Yeah, we can't see anything yet, and that is unfortunate. Is it possible for me? Well, I mean, you did tell me that I'm strong enough to actually like flip a car. Would it be possible for me to like turn it around so that the lights point in the right way, or punch it, or kick it in some way?
I imagine you could, because I don't think he put the brakes on.
Yeah, probably. It's like
He's
look
still
at them.
talking.
They
He
flipped
is.
the bitch. They flipped the bitch. Yes, exactly. I'm gonna essentially turn the car 180 degrees in some capacity, so that the headlights point into the forest where the voices were coming from.
As you
Like
do this,
yes,
your lights swerve across the sea of straight trees. They're all these pine trees, you know, like very straight trunks. Spiny. The soil is just covered in dried needles because there's nothing else that grows under there.
yes.
As you do, there are 2 figures, tall and furred, bigger than the car in terms of total volume, hulking figures. What do your fine fellows do?
Well,
They
I suppose at least fire a few shots at them to see how they're going to react.
All right, well, I have to figure out how good your zombies are at that.
Yes.
I mean, they're big and strong, but they're probably not as dexterous, so they'll probably be 4d10. Give it a go.
Probably.
In the meantime, I'm gonna look up how combat attack resolved because I forgot. I looked it up once, but I forgot.
Now, I'm actually thinking back to something that I saw. Remember Hellgate London from like 15 years ago? Here are my rolls.
600 minutes.
Remember a very specific wizard lady who was shooting down demons out of the sky, and then her goons with machine guns actually just mowing them down on the ground. So I've been
Let's
thinking
see.
of doing that. Spook the werewolves and grab them, slamming them into the ground, and then my goons would shoot them while they're on the ground.
You know the combat rules in this book? Not very well executed. Let's see. I think
That's
for
fine.
weapons that your guys would have, they probably have like pretty beefy guns. Because again, those
Probably.
guns are for the troubles. Most attacks are versus difficulty 6. I think, yep, that means that you have 3 successes. That's pretty good.
Yes.
I don't think if that knows if that means anything.
Is that what?
I don't know if that does anything, like rolling a lot of successes.
I mean, I believe it might have something to do with the overall damage.
resolution. During this stage, you determine damage inflicted. Tells you what it means. And it reminds you, by the way, oh no, he loses 4 health levels. Make it exciting. Here we go. Oh god damn it. Why does it go to damage types and soak rolls? Combat summary, thank you. Roll blah blah. Sheer resolution, determine damage effect. Roll an extra dice. Okay, so every success you get gets you an extra damage roll. So that'll be 9.
9 damage?
9 damage dice you get to roll.
Ooh, and those would be 9d10s?
Difficulty 6, again.
Okay, hold on. This thing cannot roll this many at once, but
Criminal.
roll them in groups. I think that
What's even the point if you can't roll 9 dice?
it's going to be 6d10. And then it's the first.
By the way, are they concentrating fire?
Probably. I mean, if I control them in at least some capacity or at least instructed them, then yes, they would. Probably on the main big target.
Okay. Then don't forget to
Biggest
roll with the other
bastard
guy, too.
Yep.
I'm going to roll some soaks. See how they soak it up?
There
Because
goes.
werewolves get to roll soak against everything because they're just that cool.
Here's the 90-10s. Do I need to roll 90-10s for the second?
Let me see. That is... Okay, that's 3 successes, another success. No doubles on 10s, so that's 4 damage. Which on the damage tracker goes down to wounded.
So do I need to roll for the second guy, or is this including the second guy?
This is not including the second guy. The second guy's separate.
Okay, so it's another 90-10.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
What?
You'll see.
Don't tell me you botched.
I know.
You know... That's 1 success. Alright. Also, that's not... Oh. Wait, what's the 60-10 for?
6d10 and 3d10. I said I can't roll 9d10 at the same time.
No, I need you to roll an attack roll for the guy first. You can't just roll damage twice.
Oh, okay. All right, so just 4d10 for the first guy. Then
Yeah.
take the first 4 numbers from...
I've done the
this one.
first guy's damage. I want the second guy's attack roll before we take the damage.
Just take the first...
40-10 from the second guy who's shooting Como.
Sure. There you go.
Ooh.
Sorry about that. There. That'd be the 4d10 from the second guy.
Well, he hits. And, yeah. That's, okay, that's, oof, that is 3 plus, ooh, that's, ooh, ah. The first few that light up the room. The wolf ready to strike, like he gets ready, but then the second barrage, one against the jaw, and it starts to hang loose. But then the second blows out his eyeball, and you watch a good fraction of his skull just splinter into the trees.
Yikes.
This is what happens when you run at a guy with a gun who's already shooting.
That's true, yeah.
Liz, as you hear the slowly dying engine and the babbling of a madman who is like, "Oh, we're all going to die. I'm too young to be kibble."
Most of us are already dead.
That's your benefit. He's not dead.
Said most.
There's one more werewolf out there, and he's looking at you. He probably doesn't like your pretty little face. It's so pretty.
Yeah, he's jealous.
You literally have a 5. You're the prettiest possible.
Yes.
Point is, he's about to charge you and take you to the ground. What do? He's in the shimmering light, so it's going to be a bit difficult to hit him.
I'm going to wait for him to get a little closer.
Okay, in that
Because
case,
the advantage is I have a shotgun pointed at him.
I'm going to look one quick thing up about shotguns because I just need to know the damage number on this. Let's see. A good shotgun is 8. Range of 20? 20 what? I don't know. Feet, probably.
Probably feet.
I think it only increases the number by 1, so don't worry too much about it. Conceal, T. Don't even try. Oh, that's cute. All these weapons have like +1 because you can put one in the chamber. I love that. I love there's one for crossbow, and it's like it takes forever to reload a crossbow.
Let's get the right kind.
All right. We'll resolve Mr. Werewolf who's charging at you first, because it's kind of a risky move to wait for someone to take an action. So in this case, I'm going to want you to roll. I don't know if you can roll double traits, but that's what makes sense to me. Wits dexterity.
Okay. Let me pull my sheet up.
I really
So,
should have left my
dex,
lights
I got
on
3
because I
and
can't see
4.
my dice. I can't see my dice. Give me a moment. Difficulty is 6, by the way. The system uses successes. It's not like
Okay, so
Iron
and
Claw
I
where
have a
it's...
total of 7 points. So what do I roll?
Then you roll those d10s versus 6. Everyone that's a 6 or higher counts as success. 2 10s makes 3 successes. You're trying to get more than this bastard. He rolled 2 successes. What do you have?
7 d10.
Oh, versus 6, you should be
Roll.
fine.
1, 2, 3, 4 success.
All right, you get to resolve your attack first. So take your firearms, take your dexterity, and roll me that versus difficulty 6.
Okay, so it's 3 and 3.
At
All
this
right,
point,
so
you see
6.
the whites in his eye glimmer, the shimmer of the bright lights against his fur, the sound of his feet stomping against the dirt.
What's happening? I need to step
4
away.
success again.
4 successes. All right, roll me 12 damage dice.
And what are damage dice?
You just roll d10s versus 6.
Okay, so 12 damage dice.
Everyone that's a 6 or over, I think, just counts as 1 point of damage. So, I mean, he's running right at a shotgun. Now I have to look up
Putting
something
it
else.
in and hitting the button. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, because I had 2 10s.
All right. I don't know how good I don't think Soak's gonna make this though. 9. Wait. 1. How much is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't think his Soak's gonna do much. No. Well, I don't think you quite blow his brains out like the other guy got completely screwed to hell. But the silver leaves this searing mark over his side and his arm because he raises one up to try and get your head off before you can get off on him. But the shotgun just tears his arm off, and because it's a silver injury, it burns and it fizzles and this acrid smoke comes from it, which he curls up into a ball and tries to grab the burning injury. You've probably been exposed to silver at some point, since you're old enough to be an expert in the vampiric field. And if it's anything like what it's like to you, one of the few ways you get to feel alive. Let's put it like that. I mean, if you roll like a king, you roll like a king. The risk, of course, was if you failed that dexterity roll, you would have had a way harder time doing anything. Using a shotgun in melee with something that's trying to eat you alive. However, there is another problem. There are 2 people here who are actually good at their jobs. And they're about to jump you. Let's see. Okay, I need to go back here. I also need to look up some specific... What the hell? Clinch, claw, kick. Oh, these are these are all close combat maneuvers. Oh, that's great. What can you do when you get attacked? You can block, dexterity brawl, dodge, dexterity athletics. Oh, they're defensive maneuvers. What? You can dodge a gun? Ooh. Use the same basic system. Resist it against the opponent's attack roll. Unless the attack gets more total successes, he misses. Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind. If the attacker chooses successes, it used to hit... Wait, what? The attacker doesn't necessarily use all the successes you roll. What the hell? Okay. Lethal and aggravated attacks cannot be blocked unless the defender has fortitude or is wearing armor. Dodge. Oh, that's great. That's actually pretty cool. It actually means you have to move around. Probably also Liz. I mean, you do have 2 strength, so...
She is small.
She might be pretty. It might be pretty. I might be stupid, as Claire always says.
That is Claire's catchphrase.
Alright, let's take a look here. Parry. I just want to look. Here we go. If the defender rolls more successes than the attacker, the defender rolls the weapon's base damage plus. Ooh. Oh, that's a straight up counter. That's hilarious. Terrifying. What's this? Oh, the gun just flies away. Well, that's how you know you're not holding it, right? About to blow his fucking face off. What an idiot.
That's why you don't let the Brits touch guns.
A large creature sweeps from the woodlands.
Also, Como got up for a second.
Yeah, but I can take care of his goons for him, and he can find out what happens afterwards, because he is facing away. He might not notice what's going on. The silver-streaked wolf that jumps from the woods descends upon one of his zombonis. There's the sound of a loud crash as this happens, before the sound of crunching and biting. But how bad is it? Let's take a look. How much does this guy roll? He rolls this many. Wait. Okay, he rolls 8, because he's pretty good at it. The mooks are out of the mooks are done having their fun. All right, what have I got? I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. I got 4. This guy's probably he's gonna dodge. Is he gonna dodge? Where's blocking the better move? I don't know. The system's very, very quaint. I'm learning a lot. I'm learning very quickly because I have to. Dexterity brawl probably makes more sense because these zombies are probably good at blocking, brawling. More so than moving out of... they're the same as each. About a 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1 success. How good are their claws? Let's take a look at the damage chart. Bruised. No, I'm looking for the claws, sir. Hello, claws? Oh yeah, they're... For some reason, they're in here. Dexterity roll, accuracy normal, damage strength plus 1. Which in this case is going to be pretty severe. Show me the dice. Oh wait, I need to roll 1 more because of reasons. Oh god! That's 00, so that's 10. Oh, that's a 9. That's 6, 7. Okay. 7 damage. You better roll good on that soak. Again, pretty good at that, because undead, very fortuitous. 3 versus 7, so 3, 4, okay. 7 makes 3. His zombies are injured. Or to be specific, when the creature descends upon him, there's a struggle between the two. The gun goes as he tries to bonk him on the head to get him off. But we'll wait for Como on this one, and I'll tell him what happens. Because this momentum takes the two of them to the front, where both of you can see it. Oh, Como, my Como. Well, luckily he was gone, so I could learn and figure this out. $921,600 minutes. I always like it when someone has like a poll. But the poll is a lie. The poll's actual point's not like, oh, which of these characters do you think has suffered the worst? And it's actually like, oh, everyone forgot about this fucker. It's great. I love it.
Hold on, you fumbled the roll judging by those gifts.
No, that was for kicks. That was because they got noodly arms. They blew the shit out of that boy.
Good.
However, one of your Zambinos ain't doing so hot.
Happens all the time.
Silver-streaked wolf has descended upon him and is like biting and tearing away. Large injuries start to form on this undead form.
Well, it can be fixed.
He suffers a -1 on all future rolls until he gets patched up, which takes some time.
Yes. Would that be my turn now?
No, there's still the lady. Alright. Okay, how does this all work? Because this is, unfortunately, a Sabbat, and they're assholes.
Yes.
Let's see. What the fuck is accuracy? Why is this a thing I need to worry about all of a sudden? Oh, you You can, imagine putting my little hands on my side and go, you get accuracy. This is great. Blind fighting, fire, flanking, combat, summary chart. Why are you like this game? Why does this game have such a accuracy? What does it do? Where does it from? Because a +10 seems a little specific. Oh my god, I forgot that the PDF searching function is so garbage. Why Acrobat Read? I mean, I know why. Did you know that regex is a pain? The dice added to the roll to hit an opponent. Oh god, it's actually that big. Although to be fair, it is automatic fire. But that's not what she's using. She's using a 3 fire burst. I just wanted to know if it was actually that bad. What? Wait, strafing? Does it mean like a strafing run? Instead of aiming at one target, fully automatic weapons? Oh, that way. Okay. I was just confused. Difficulty +1. Oh, that's the trade-off. You get more dice, but it's harder to do. That's cute.
Nice.
Anyway, this lovely little lady, who is very much a lethal killer, is gonna get you have it. A 3-round burst comes flying at you, knocked.
Oh,
Primarily because you pushed a car, and you've got the best blood around.
lovely.
All right, let's take a look. I mean, I rolled pretty good on your boy, and you still made it. I rolled a lot of 6s. Luckily, we're not using the unholy rules, or we would have an unholy effect. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. That makes for 6 successes. Como. How would you like to resolve this? I think you can dodge it. That's really your only option here. Duck behind that car, bucko.
Yes.
Dexterity plus athletics, please.
Okay, my dexterity is 2. My athletics are 2. So 2 plus 2, so 4d10, correct?
Give it a go.
How that works.
You hear the click behind you, and with the werewolf on top of your zombie, you quickly peer over your shoulder, noticing the glint of a gun peeking out from the shadows. That's actually a really good roll, because that reduces it down to 2 extra damage dice. Holy crap. You lucky son of a gun. Let's see, what's she using here? She's using a pretty heavy gun. So that only makes for 6, because she has a lovely little SMG. One might say a spritz of bullets is coming here. Oh wow, she rolled like garbage. That's 2 successes on her damage dice. Alright, Mr. Fortitude, you get to roll your stamina. Because you're a vampire. No, wait. Yeah, she probably isn't expecting vampire, so yeah, sure, roll me vampire. Would she? We'll go with just roll for it. You're not a werewolf.
My stamina is 3.
Give me the goods. Roll it.
3d4.
First to 6 as always. That's kind of the default if nothing special's happening.
There we go.
Oh wow, you're actually fine.
Fine?
Your undead body, there's like a few bullets lodged in you somewhere. You feel the impact of like, and there's probably like holes in your clothes, but
right.
You're what you are. So it's in there somewhere, but it's not like impeding you. There's a lot of dead meat on you. The round ticks over. The guy inside the car is like, I have, and he suddenly hucks out this flare at where he saw the flash in the woods. So, Mr. Knocked, what do you do as the situation is escalating, as your Mr. Zamboni is getting slowly torn to bits by a flurry of claws and teeth, and you're getting shot with bullets that burn?
Now, I do have 2 ideas. First and foremost, the zombies are expendable. They can be patched up. That lady with a gun is kind of a problem. So what I've been thinking is just picking up a random stone and just hucking it at her as fast as possible, and then going to deal with a werewolf that is eating my zombie.
I mean, you're allowed to charge her, but sure.
Not charge her, but literally just throw a stone because I have to go and deal with the werewolf.
What do you hope the stone will achieve?
I don't know. Knock her out, clunk her in her head, or at least ruin her gun, maybe. Actually, you know what? I'll aim for the gun. What?
I'll give you props for trying. Roll me brawl dexterity.
Okay, hold on. Roll 2, 32, so 4d. Snipping. Ooh.
The flare lands at her feet, and you see the full barrel of her little SMG.
Yeah. And I hawk the first stone that I found on the ground at the gun.
She gains a difficulty modifier of +2 on her next attack roll because, well, there's a rock that clinks against her gun and throws her whole posture and aim off. Because, you know, the posture's not designed to absorb rocks hitting the barrel.
Yes, I was hoping to break the gun, but I'll take what I can.
What do your zombies do? You've got two. One of them is, like, struggling in a melee brawl.
The other one is gonna shoot the werewolf that's on top of them, and the first one will just hold them in place.
I think the first one who's holding him in place should probably take his action first.
So what would they be rolling?
Well, what are they doing?
One of them is essentially grappling, holding it in place, so the other
Strength
can
and brawl,
walk
which
up.
in this case would probably be 6, because, you know, your zombies are good against... They're bruisers, basically.
60, 10. Okay.
They're up against a tough guy, though. This silver-streaked wolf has got the big guns.
Yeah. So the first one is just grappling him, and the other one walks up to him and shoots him in the fucking head.
Okay, that's 1, 2, 3... Yeah, that's only 4 successes. You have... That's 3, 6 successes. All right. So that's 2. I don't know if anything special happens here.
I'm not familiar
Oh,
with
that's
this,
cute.
No.
No, it's just... Okay, cool. Well, he's got him still. It's going to be very easy. So I'm going to say that your special little boy gets an accuracy bonus because he's basically committing a coup de grace. I don't know. It's impressive that this zombie, who has, like, his coat's torn, there's, like, bits of what he is all over the place, is able to hold this wolf still enough. Probably, like, focusing on the head, because that's the part you want to shoot the most.
Yeah, what's probably happening is that they're grabbing them via the head and kind of pushing them away, and they're leaning into that, and so there's that struggle, which kind of helps
Alright.
the other guy to shoot him.
I'm going to see. What does aiming give as a benefit? Because then I can extrapolate. Attacker adds 1 for each turn spent aiming. You know what? How about we say they get a +3?
Okay, so
It's a cup of grass.
cup of grass.
So you get an extra 3 dice on the attack roll.
So how many would that be total?
I think it's like 4, because, you know, they're not that great with guns.
Okay, fair enough. 4d10.
However, he can't
Yeah.
really do anything in return, so it's just versus 5. So every success is a damage roll.
Crossed. This will be enough.
Oh, that's adorable. It actually doesn't say discipline, it says equivalent discipline on these. That
Oh.
is 2 successes. That's not great. Oh, the damage roll was 6 + 2. Okay, 8. Roll me 8 damage check, please.
So how many?
Coup de grace. I said 6 + 2, so that's 8 total.
Oh, okay, so it's going to be 4d10 and 4d10 extra.
Give me the goods.
This thing can only do so much.
Coup de grace. Coup de gaga.
There.
I'm fucking sorry, what? So that's 1, 2, 5. Reduced by 2. He is injured. It's not a clean shot, but there's distinctly this smoking wound somewhere on his body that's beginning to taint his fur with red. Liz, there's a lot of quick struggle happening. What's this stream?
It's my dice,
Okay, cool.
so I don't have to, like, copy shit.
Okay, so Liz, Zyla,
Yes.
there's a lot of struggling happening. There's a big wolf on top of one of the zombies. He's trying to restrain him. There's a lot of biting and slashing, and a couple of gunshots. Pow, 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 until eventually a few burning wounds sit inside of him. What do you do? What do you aim the shotgun at as you go and empty out the shell?
Okay, so I'm gonna do the dramatic shotgun cock.
You have to, because otherwise the shell doesn't exchange.
No, but I'm doing it dramatically.
You can do it as you like. It's not like anyone's gonna bother you.
I'm gonna walk over to that wolf that's on the zombie, get up nice and close so I can't really miss all that much, and I'm just gonna, like, fucking cap him.
All right. Roll me your attack. +3, please.
Okay. Firearms
Oh,
index.
I forgot this guy is potence. That changes everything.
How so?
Oh, it just means I get to roll a hell of a lot of dice on this one. All right. Well, give me your goods. I'll tell you what my goods are like in a moment. Wow. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Oh, that's actually doable.
8.
8 successes.
Yep.
Well, he had 6, so that's 10 damage dice.
Okay,
Despite his
that's
best efforts, as he tries to roar and pull free. Oh, I forgot, he also has like a -1 because he's injured. As he tries to pull free. Oh, that's nothing on a soak. So whatever you're rolling, it's going in raw.
6. I only got 110 that time.
Jesus. Well, that's all you need. Without soak, that's going to bring him straight to fucking dead. He gets up, his claws glint. And then, instead of him killing you outright, he instead falls on top of you as you blast his heart out. His ribcage splinters. And there's a nice hole, but you only get to appreciate briefly before his entire weight tumbles on top of you, and your puny two-strength body.
No, my body.
Which is average, by the way. It's 1 that's bad. I think that's kind of cool, because it doesn't mean that the thing is lopsided, and really just shows the strong among you. Alright. The lady in the woods isn't quite done yet.
No.
Because you knocked are still very visible. She takes a moment to take her clean aim. You've been fudging around a little too much for her liking. She still has, I think, the 2 modifier, because, you screwed her up. So it goes from 6 to 8. But she'll take her sweet-ass time making this one count. So that's this. I need this many dice. Okay, I want that one. Thank you. Oh, no, my dice. It left. It left me. I'm all alone. Oh, gosh. So that is... Oh, God, that's actually pretty good. That is 5 successes. Como, do you think you can dodge that?
I'd like to hope.
Dexterity plus athletics, please.
Dexterity plus athletics. Dexterity 2.
You hear coming from the woods that you ain't gonna make it out of here alive, bucko.
Probably not. 5239 on the stream.
There's a flare at her feet. Let me take a double look because I can't see this good.
It's probably pretty blinding considering it's in the middle of the night.
Okay, so that's 1 success. Oh god, that's not good for you, Como.
No.
That's 4 damage dice plus, I think 4, so that's 8 in total. If only, good sir, you had... Oh, wait, is this the right amount of dice? Don't want to be rolling too many. Yeah, that's the right amount of dice. 1, 1, 2, 3.
What?
Oh no, that's not... I thought that was a 7, but it's not. Alright, knocked. That is... Can you roll me stamina?
Stamina.
Versus 6, you're rolling a soak. I don't know how soaks work, but we're playing it by ear right now. I need to trust myself more.
So 3d10.
Yes!
8, 10, and...
Let me just double check that. I keep forgetting that I can see this now. 8 to 10. Okay, cool. Can you click the little box next to bruised and put an X in it?
Just bruised.
You are bruised. Like, there's the bullets inside of you have like left their mark. Bruise doesn't do anything. It's like the freebie, but any future damage you take will cause you to slink into the negative modifiers.
True.
You feel, for a brief moment, the sharp pain race up your body as you are reminded of mortality. A dizzying skirt. Liz, because of his distraction, you're probably the one who has to take the shot. The lady in the woods has retreated. It's like slowly retreating. This will be a tough shot, but your shotgun has the range to make it.
So, okay, I'm going to take my aim. I'm going to carefully fire. Just my standard rolls.
Yep. Make it count, because she's getting out of here. Or she's going to hide in the woods deeper where the light isn't shining on her.
Roll. There you go. Okay, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I got 1. So that'll be... Was it 10 or 12 damage dice then? I forgot what the shotgun was.
You had me roll 10 last time.
Yeah, but that was plus your modifier, because you attack roll. Just give me a moment. It should only take like a second to figure this out. Let's see. Oh, they are on here. I'm just stupid. Ugh. Shotgun is 8, so that makes for 12. People always say shotguns are they shoot pellets everywhere, but no.
It's actually pretty clustered.
Yeah, and she's about to feel it.
You see,
They only
at
really
least-
spread if you saw
Can
it
you roll
awful
me your
long.
12 d10s, please, and tell me what the numbers are like?
Yes. Okay. Because I haven't restarted, I can't use snip for some reason. It freaks out. 9, 6, 10, 10, 5, 3, 6, 1, 9, 9, 8, 1.
Wait.
So that would be.
Yeah, I think she's fucking dead. That sounds like more than 7 successes to me.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, you have no idea what happened to her, but you hear this cry, and then this loud, almost fire-like smoldering coming from the woods, and it's just quiet after the loud crunch of like a whole body slamming into twigs and needles. The only thing that attacked you that hasn't been like obliterated is the one guy whose arm got shot off, who's like curled up into a ball and is more incapacitated than dead.
Gosh.
You are left with an eerie silence as the night reminds you.
Is the car fine?
The car seems to be in a decent shape. It's probably got kicked a bit, but nothing that'll impede its function.
Right. I would like to go around and collect the
The what?
weapons. At least the SMG that the lady had.
You pick
If
up
they
the
have
lady's smugga.
Yes.
Apparently, Liz is a goddamn Terminator.
You're not very good
Yeah.
with firearms, so unfortunately, Noct, you have no idea how to check this thing for ammo.
I know. I'll just give it to one of my zombies.
Your
Let
zombie,
me check it out.
your zombie inspects the smugga.
Yes.
Well, what do you do with the bodies in the whole situation, actually, other than the gun?
Put them in the car. Try them out. Dispose of them later. Or turn them into more minions.
You know, not to tell you how to live, Noct.
Yes.
How thirsty are the two of you?
Well,
Probably
we
not
have
terribly.
we have had lost time during the previous session, which means we would be sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 in blood pool.
Like, it's poor form to eat vampires, but, like, a werewolf that's, you know...
I mean, we've established during the first session that we're both somehow extremely horny for the vampire blood. So, yes.
Now, here's the thing I need to remind you of. Your blood pool is more than just, you know...
Yes.
You can use it for bonuses. You can use it to heal yourself. It's required to wake up every morning. That's like the day-to-day grind you got to take care of. But you can also use it to boost your powers. Your physical attributes can go up a little bit.
Oh, right, yeah, we do forgot that to do that today.
No, you took
That-
care of that already. Don't worry.
I don't know. What I meant is to boost anything. I would have boosted the dodge if I could.
Your dexterity, yes.
Yeah.
I think you can also boost it over your max trait. No, only up to.
Also something important. Last time I forgot to save the PDF with the change, so I assume maybe Zyla might have forgotten too. So if your blood is at 7 or something, you add 1 point. Because last time we spent 1 and got 2.
I'm just saying, there's like a bunch of werewolves here you could probably sip on.
Yes, but also that. Never had one. Let's try it.
Which of the werewolves looks most appealing to you to drink from?
All that silver one. Your hat is pretty much gone.
Liz, how do you
so
feel about
that's
this?
probably gonna be easier.
Oh, I'm not interested in this at all.
You watch.
Too what's that term? Low class.
Yeah. You do have that restriction, don't you?
Yeah, I don't go for just anything.
Well,
God
I just
damn it.
got shot, which is probably
Why
why
don't
I'm
they
doing
have a
this.
PhD?
No, if they had a PhD, then this would be like a super nice one.
Yes. Oh my. Oh, we lost someone. Hello.
Hello?
Oh.
Who's
Oh yeah,
Poland?
Poland said.
He
yeah,
was tired,
said,
remember?
Going to sleep. Yeah.
Alrighty, tidy then. God damn it.
What?
What the fuck has Claire been doing? I'm looking at all this. Oh. Anyway. You bend on over and take a little nip. Just a little nibble. Shouldn't be a concern since he's dead. It does mean you have to trial a lard to actually get the blood out.
There you go. This is what I do.
I think. What is your max blood pool? I need to know that because that's like. There's a lot in here, and you're not giving a crap about how much. Okay, you're in 9th generation, so you can fill yourself up to 14 blood points as you. However, there's a bit of a downside to drinking a werewolf, which you will notice the first blood point you suck out, like the first proper drink, fills you with this uneasiness. Though werewolf blood is very spicy blood. Their connection to Mother Gaia, the spiritual world, and the natural rage within them, especially within like black dancers or whatever they're called, is especially potent. Getting a drink from this is at once intoxicating yet disgusting. It's kind of the equivalent to watching a clone version of yourself just chow down endless chocolate. And you feel angry. Angry that it's somehow you, but not you at the same time.
Makes sense.
And by the time you're done, you feel warm, practically glowing with power. Lower your humanity by 1 point. That is, of course, if you eat, drink everything. You can also restrain yourself, but like this process is animalistic if you indulge it.
I will indulge in it because I've resisted it during the meeting with the werewolf mother in the first session, and here I will indulge. In that case, I will take that.
Then lower your humanity by 1 point.
I did.
All right. Well, the guy you're with is like covering his face as he doesn't want to see any of this. There's still 2 trees on the road. One of your zombies is beat up, but you can probably use some of your blood to necromancy magic him back together when you have some time.
I mean, we will be driving at the back of the truck, so yes. Am I strong enough to move the trees?
I mean, you have like 2 buddies with like a big amount of muscle. You can probably roll these logs out of the way.
Well, one of them isn't beat, so that's fine.
He's a little injured, but that doesn't mean that he's incapable of helping.
Okay, fair enough. Now, I don't want to leave these corpses in the middle of a road, because that would be probably considered...
One of them is still technically alive, by the way.
We're gonna have to talk to him somewhere else. On the way, probably.
Liz, how do you feel about all this?
I just don't want to be around the dead bodies anymore, honestly. So, I don't know if whatever gets us the fuck out of here. Also, can I keep the shotgun?
I mean, he's currently too panicked to answer that question, but
he's probably not even.
I'm gonna try to calm him down with my person skills. I'm good with people.
I think empathy is like a skill too. So I can roll me a manipulation empathy.
Let's see, manipulation is 4, empathy is 3.
This is difficulty 8 because he's freaking the fuck out.
You should probably drive instead of him.
Like, I would like to point out that, like, Noctir got shot multiple times, and when the zombies got drawn down, and what little he saw looked awful and terrible.
Yeah, but I'm perfect looking right now, aside from getting a little rough.
Also, Como, what do you do with the lady in the woods? I mean, you saw her. She was in a bad shape. She also looks rather interesting from your perspective.
Like I said, I'm gonna put the bodies in the back of the truck.
The werewolves, they just look like werewolves, you know, other than some specific tribal tattoos and painting. The woman, on the other hand, is like just slathered in like heavy metal tattoos, like skulls, blood, the whole works, like Edgelord McTeen.
That's actually peculiar.
That's
do I recognize any significance to these?
Como, shh. Yeah. That's just the beginning. She has metal rods sticking through her body in various places. Like, straight up, I'm undead, I don't need the blood, I'm just going to fucking look like something terrifying. Levels of, wow.
It's like body mutilation, self-mutilation.
Let's call it Piercings 2.0.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Let's call it Vlad the Impaler, formal.
There was that picture of going... It doesn't matter. That is amusing. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna take a look at that.
So
Also, I got a
what do you get?
3 success.
Well, let me just look up the success chart. I think that's actually good enough that you can probably like get him to calm down. Let's see.
Can I get a bonus roll if I slap him?
Uh,
Get a hold of yourself, man.
Only if you don't call him Shirley. All right, I just need to look at the success chart. Let's see. What does a 3 do? 3 is a complete success. Okay, so 2 success, minimal marginal would probably be like you get him to calm down, but he'll be crying like a minute after you start driving. 2 would probably be keep him calm for the night. 3 is like, you know what? You get him you get him out of it. You get him out of it. He'll be able to drive you back at the minimum. You give him a good chat. You try and reassure him that things weren't so bad. Look at them. They're a bunch of weirdos. It's all fine. It's all fine. Knocked. I'm gonna need some intelligence occult. And I'm gonna make that difficulty 8 for you as well.
Intelligence 5 and occult. That's 5, so 10d10.
Yep.
Okay.
Make it a double.
That's the first roll. 4, 5,
One
7,
success.
8. Here's the second roll.
Only one success. You're not too familiar with this. The only thing you really know about this. Wait, you have status, right? Yeah, you have like status within. Okay, I'm gonna go easy on you on this one then, because you probably know this stuff since you're higher up than Liz is. Liz is more people famous than vampire famous. Within the Sabbat, they don't like to talk about him, but they have. I mean, they don't like to talk about that as Sabbat. Of course, they like to talk about it. They have individuals who, there's the Sabbat, like the end of times, blah blah, blood eating, eating vampires, diabolists, and blah blah. And then you got the guys who kind of give themselves into the emotions. If werewolves have their rage, these are the guys who throw themselves into the destruction and end of the world, who revel in no matter whose pain and suffering it is. People who they drain their humanity mechanically, effectively, down to zero, so that they can just revel in the beast that is within them. Effectively, if she gets her hands on like the most innocent little puppy, she won't just like drown it. She'll snap its neck, she'll tear it open and keep it alive as best she can for the whole process, because she just revels in the concept of suffering. To the point that even just impaling herself is just delight. Those exist within the Sabbat. Many people think they're rumors. You know that's probably not the case. And that this is probably one of them.
Just one.
The Sabbat, by the way, are not super organized. So,
oh yeah,
it's more like she probably met some of these people and thought it was good, was cool.
So they were.
So she's just an edgelord.
Yeah, she's pretty much an edgelord. The thing is, though, when they get to this point, they're usually pretty tough. It's surprising she made so many rookie mistakes on an ambush. Like, standing this close to the tree line when she had decent range and everything. Maybe that's just a Sabbat thing. Who knows? Better rolls could have told you that.
Yes.
Well, you stash the bodies. The car is like buckling under the weight of 3 werewolves, one of whom is quite large.
Don't suppose they revert?
No. Well, actually, I think they do. I don't know. I think they do, though. But it kind of depends on the person, what kind of wolf shape they have.
Probably, yeah.
I'm not going to look it up. I'm just going to say that the guy who's unconscious, he doesn't turn back, but the other two... The big guy probably turns into like a giant-ass wolf, and the other one turns into a normal dude.
Okay.
Vroom vroom. The car drives through the night. There's this tense atmosphere, which eventually gets broken as his normal chatty attitude just can't stay away. And suddenly he's like talking, and he wants his shotgun back, of course.
Oh.
But he if you like firearms, he can tell you all about the mixture that is his master taught him about.
Ooh, I am very interested. That was a very good mixture.
As you vroom vroom, there are no further interruptions, and soon enough, you have arrived. This is, those prefab little structures they have at construction sites? Those crappy, looks almost made out of cardboard things?
Yeah, the portable offices.
Yeah. There's like one of those stone shed sort of building, a large, open, cut, clear space, and this big crater. It's not deep. It's kind of shallow, but it's like a crater structure with terraces. and in it grows this strange bunch of roots, like these weird glowing red plants. Yeah, here we are then. Yes, yeah, yeah. Oh wait, I bites him off of Nico. Let's go bowling. Yeah, here we are.
Hey, cousin.
Here we are. Now I just need to fetch the person that's going to handle this lovely chance. Oh, actually, we just have to go into the office. And he lets you out, and he takes you over. The wolf you're with is like, he'll be probably coming too soon, because his injury looks like it's slowly starting to heal. But you've got time.
Right.
You've got time.
Is it possible to incapacitate them in terms of like tying them up some way?
Sure. You can probably find like something, like probably some straps he uses to attach things to the back of his car. You can strap him in.
Hopefully. Like, what are you doing? Oh, from a hunting trip, found this weird wolf. And he's like on the hood of the car, just snarling. That's funny.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, exactly, something like that. Anyway, but
Hey.
yeah, I'll leave the zombies on him. If he makes a wrong move, just blow his head off.
They'll keep him under fire. When you head into the structure, there's not much here. This is a small, comfortable little office space. But that's about it. There's no one here. The lights were off. The man you were with takes a seat. Leonardo parks himself behind the desk, and he smiles and points at two, those crappy plastic-topped metal frame chairs. He points at those and requests that you sit down so that the conversation can begin.
Sure.
Okay.
You sit down. The door locks behind you. You hear this loud. The lights begin to dim, and his eyes begin to glow. They go wide. You can see almost the veins all around because they're that wide open. His irises grow transparent or dark, but a light shimmers through his irises. No, not through the iris, through the pupil. That's the center point, you dummy. Through his pupils come light sources. And when his mouth opens, you can see these condensation clouds roll out, as if he is a frozen corpse. And so our business commences.
Now, would I recognize this as some form of possession?
This, you're probably familiar. This is some sophisticated stuff, yes.
Out of curiosity, would I roll for it?
I can tell you that this is like very fancy vampire magic. This is something you can do with your ghouls if you have a ghoul under control for a long while and you know what you're doing.
That makes sense.
Excuse me, I need to drink because this voice is dry.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
And so our business can commence. And not a moment too late.
Just for the sake of reference, I brought the box with me.
I assume you have, yes.
Yeah, if you didn't bring it, that'd just be kind of weird.
This is only but part of our transaction. However, you need not concern yourself with the secondary payment. I will take care of that in person once the delivery has been made.
Are we aware of the secondary payment?
No. This is news to you. Let us get to business. Your job is not yet complete. The payment located within your case is simple. It is something to tide over my minion. However, the true nature of your business here is to provide an extraction. The rail lines have been obstructed. He waits a moment for you to respond if you have anything to add of your own.
Oh, what do you mean by an extraction?
Your first shipment will be taken by a vessel that I have acquired. You may have seen it, an unassuming sorts to the eyes of the keen.
Would that be that hobo that we talked to?
What?
Those people in the cabin.
But those who are keen, who are aware, will certainly notice those who travel by flesh. I am much more a fan steel.
He's talking about a train.
Oh,
Indeed.
see, I'm dumb.
However, the train cannot travel freely, and the risk is too great. I will secure your first shipment, and you will bring it to the train, and you will take the train. Its destination has been planned. They think it is part of the journey, but it is more than that. So basically, to give you the long and short of it, he's bought the train. That's what he says. I've acquired the train, and he wants to take it to a place. However, you know the railroads got fucked up, and transport's a bit difficult.
Yes.
So all he needs you to do is take the shipment of bloodroot that he's already promised to the train, and then just watch the train a little bit. Just watch it. You can get off at Calgary because after that he's mostly in the clear.
Okay, fair enough. So we'll just have to
Well,
escort
I'm not really like a fighter girl.
with the gun.
I say, having killed 3 werewolves.
That is of no concern. Do note that this vehicle will be manned by human staff. These individuals will require convincing to stay on track should anything happen.
I already have an idea for that.
There is a reason I require the assistance of a Ventru and of an individual of the more violent persuasion.
They have an amusing idea for this for later. This is neat.
Alright, so next time, Choo Choo. Also the wolf, you're probably going to have a chat with him.
Yes.
Yeah, because we kept one.
Excellent. Well, I mean, you didn't kill him is more the facts.
Yeah, we kept him. For now.
I mean, do you want a puppy?
Don't call him that, that's right.
Well, I mean, we kicked his ass. He's going to nod very carefully to everything we say. Because I had to step away. I stepped away before the lady with the SMG appeared. Could you bring me up to speed on what exactly happened? I was gone.
Oh, I exploded her with a shotgun.
No, I know. No, I was there for that. Excuse me. My goons shot one of the werewolves. Then I had to step away, and when I came back, we were fighting also a lady.
She was the one shooting at you.
Yes, but where did she come from? Was she with the werewolves? Or did she just show up like a third party to this fight? Effie?
What?
Did the lady
Was she
show
part
up as
of
like...
She was a part of the group. She was the one who started talking to you.
Okay, fair enough.
I just have a question.
Yes?
Do you know what you're really doing here?
Obviously, we're being kept in the dark.
Any
we're
thoughts?
also... Apparently, we're also, like, smuggling this guy's vessel out of...
So this guy can
territory.
possess people a seemingly long distance.
Yes.
He has a long influence, and he's after a very potent something that seems to be liquid. Are we reviving like an elder thing?
Could be.
You know what? I'm going to give you props for getting pretty close, but maybe it'll make more sense later.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I figured it was something like powering up an elder vampire or something.
I mean, you'll get the full story afterwards because like the fun thing about one shots is that once you're done, you can be like, okay, who has any questions about what's going on?
This is interesting. Noct would probably be interested in this whole thing from a scientific.
Well, next week maybe we can wrap this up.
Yes.
With the choo-choo train, choo-choo. Maybe I'll watch the Flying Scotsman video again and bore you with scientific details.
Science.
Okay, download with my changes.
I've been watching too many videos about guys smoking. I'm on the same page.
I'll lean in and I'll go, did you know that the Flying Scotsman, did you know his configuration? Did you know the wheel configuration refers to how many wheels are in front and behind, the driving wheels?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, man, yeah,
Did
we
you
were
know?
hanging out, and we've been watching all those,
The
videos.
Flying Scotsman is a 4.62. He has a standard gauge width.
Did you know that the largest airplane made out of wood is currently housed in?
Did you know that a 462 configuration is called a Pacific? Rawr.
I've been on one.
Well, few people have been asking about these VTM session updates, the one shot. So I'm gonna go write a little recap of what happened.
I hope they think that I'm stupid and I'm doing it wrong.
Why?
Anyway, think about what's happening next time. What we're gonna do after this.
Okay.
I mean, as a storyteller, you're pretty good.
I feel bad, but at least we had a
Why?
session. I don't know. I just feel like I'm not doing things right. That I'm not engaging you enough. That you're not saying so much. That I'm just, baby, I'm wiggly.
Well, I'm not saying as much, mostly because, again, today I just had to step away a lot of times. Sorry about that. My stomach has been pulling me. Um, and because my character is also not the talkative type, I defer the right word.
Defer, yeah.
I defer the talking bits to Xyla's character because they're literally the people's person.
I am I am a famous people person.
Exactly. If anything, I'm your bodyguard. If it's about like organizing like where are you going? We're heading to blah blah blah. So you don't have to talk about that stupid shit. But like actual negotiations and whatnot, I defer that stuff to you, or at least that's how I view the character kind of dynamic between our
Apparently, I'm somehow
characters.
super good with a shotgun.
Well, femme fatale with a shotgun is a popular trope, so maybe you were in a movie once.
Okay, Zyla, I need you to explain this to me. Why the hell is Florida like everyone dies to lightning?
Okay. So in Florida, it actually has the lowest elevation changes throughout and has a lot of wetlands. So there isn't a lot of elevation or higher targets for the lightning to target.
Ah,
And because of the high humidity, the lightning actually travels extremely easily.
incredible.
And it's completely surrounded by the ocean, so there's a lot of salt, increases negativity.
Okay, well, all right.
It's
Well,
also Florida, so everything sucks. Like everything. Florida just blows.
One of my students one of my former students lives in Miami, which was amusing.
Tori, who is around again lately, lives in Miami right now.
God
Also,
dang it.
Taffy, what was the specific name of that lady? What she was doing with her body and everything? I think you've given it to me kind of.
The Sabat lady?
Yeah.
I don't think there's a specific name that I can give you for that. I didn't give you a name at least.
Oh, fair enough. No. The self mutilation thing. Like, I thought there was like a specific type. You said
For like the type of vampire she was.
yeah. So some specifics about vampires like drain their like humanity specifically to do
So
like that doesn't have a name.
it has a name, but you don't recall it. It
Okay.
probably has like the rumor names, but you're pretty sure that's not the right one.
Okay.
They probably have
Well,
like a
can you tell me now for the recap? My character wouldn't know it, but
gosh.
you know it.
I don't have. I can't recall from. What would be a good what's a good
Fair
name
enough.
for a bunch of tryhards who impale themselves with metal? Hmm.
Metalheads.
Sure.
That'd be funny.
That's what other people call them. But you're pretty sure they have like an official name that's like really fancy and old fashioned.
In Latin.
Probably. They're old. Sabat's very old. All right. Well, again, think about what we're going to do next time, which is going to involve Pollen. Because I got a bunch of garbage ideas in the pins. And then I got a text file that's more garbage ideas in the pins. They're the first two, so it's very easy to find. But that'll be after next weekend. And I'm going to wiggle about third game because I'm not, as I had hoped, motivated to start it and break my complete and utter mental congestion. Please do not break a wedding with that. I listen, my problem is just that I don't have anything to focus my energy with. I feel alone. Like I have to make all these decisions myself. I need someone to break it.
Wait,
It's
hold
kind of
on.
weird that Nevada had no lightning deaths in a full 10-year period.
It's possible they simply didn't register or record it.
Well, they also only have like 3 population centers in the entire state.
Fair enough.
No, the one right there in the middle, Nebraska, No one's there.
North
Hell, no
Dakota
ghost.
looks at South Dakota and goes, "Who's the better Dakota now?"
Then there's Maine over there, which has a population of, I think, 3.
I'm not sure who lives in there, but I think I saw a tree.
Hold on. I
Oh,
think
there'll be no thinking.
Anyway, think about it as think about the future. Maybe think about how
Found
to
it.
shake me loose so I can get my third game going, because I want to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Ella, have you seen this movie?
Man, I want a group that I can do revisitation rights with. That just seems like a fun idea. Go back with people who've already been through Curse of Strahd, back to this shithole. You know, and people never really do that, where they're like, "Oh, let's bring the gang back together." Oh God, Madeline. Oh,